So we are starting with what is excreted by the body. Let's say what is excreted by the body. Urea. What else? Urea, excess water, and okay, salts, excess salts. So I'm not talking about kidney only. I'm talking about the other organs as well. Like what is excreted generally from the body, like the general excretion of the body, of the whole body. Okay. How do you define excretion? First of all, let's focus on this. How do we define excretion? It's a removal of waste of what? Metabolism, exactly. Metabolism, when we talk about the metabolism or the metabolic reactions, then carbon dioxide is also one of the waste. Water is the waste and urea is the waste. Okay, how is carbon dioxide produced by your body? How? Name one process. Just name one process which produces carbon dioxide. That is respiration. Okay. And which process produce urea? Think again. Something related to it. Deamination. Deamination. Okay. And how is water produced? How is water produced by your body? So we are talking about the removal of waste of metabolism. So water is one of the waste of metabolic reaction. Which metabolic process? Name any one of the metabolic process which releases water or produces water. Any one process. Again, respiration. It's simple. Glucose produces carbon dioxide and water. Okay, so you need to think more. Okay, so these are the three major products of metabolism or the metabolic reactions that take place in your body. Now let's talk about how they are removed. How is carbon dioxide removed? Through lungs. How is urea removed? Through kidneys. And how is water removed? Through the kidneys and through skin. Okay. So, okay, let's talk about the deamination. What is deamination? How do you define deamination? Okay, it's the breakdown of, sorry, amino acids into urea. Okay, let's talk about its process later. Uh, where does this process take place? In the liver. Good. Why is liver called as the largest gland? Okay, how do you define gland? A gland is something that produces something. Okay, so it performs many functions. I perform many functions, okay, including the breakdown of red blood cells, including the breakdown of all the toxic materials, including the breakdown of whatever medicines we are taking. Um Most of the metabolism takes place in liver. The detoxification of the material, of alcohol and everything. The the conversion of glucose to glycogen, glycogen to glucose. So many, just liver plays a loss or yeah, major role in our body, or in the body functioning. That's why when the liver fails in some person, that person fails to perform many functions. Okay, okay. Let's talk about deamination. So deamination is done by uh, the liver. Okay, okay. So what is the structure of amino acid looks like? Is the carbon in the center. On one side, it has the amine group or amino group. On one side, on the other side it has the carboxylic acid group. On the top it has hydrogen and other the any alkyl group. Okay, so the main are these amine groups and the carboxylic groups. Okay, so what is deamination? In deamination, these amine groups or amino group is removed and it is converted into urea. How do you think so this happens? Okay, what is the formula of urea? Do you have any idea about this? That is removed, but how is the structure of urea looks like? Okay, it's C double bond O, and on both sides there is amine group. Okay, so it's simple. If you have a carboxylic group, this OH would be removed. On both sides there would be NH2. Okay, simple. So you should know the formula of this urea, though it's not included, but you should know so that you know what actually happened. So basically, this is further than decomposed or whatever. So we are not talking in detail about this one, but basically the amine group. Okay, so the amino group of the amino acid is removed, and this is known as D. Whenever there is a word D, it means removal. Okay, the other part, okay, this turns into urea, and this part it will turn into glycogen, okay, and is stored into our body. So we say that the liver convert makes the glycogen as well to maintain the sugar level. Okay, then this is taken to from liver. It is taken to the kidney for removal. Clear? Okay, what will happen if this is not removed? For example, if someone has some issue with kidney, or their kidneys are not working, or this urea is not removed by any other reason, so what can be the threats to our body, because this urea is harmful? So what can be the threats to our body if this is not removed? Okay, it can affect the liver. What else? It can cause cell death. Then it can deposit in the body or inside the blood vessels, or it can also lead to diabetes. Why? Because the person becomes the insulin resistant. Okay, that's why it leads to diabetes. Okay, one more thing. Have you ever heard the persons who have kidney issues, they are advised not to take the protein in any protein food like pulses or meat? They cannot eat that. Have you ever heard of this? That is the cause. That is the cause, not the the after, like the advice, but it's a cause that the person who don't take enough water, then it is difficult to remove urea from the body, because water removes urea. Water is very important for our body to remove the waste of our body, not only urea but also the other waste, like the egestion one. We need water. If there is no water, there is no fiber, the food, the undigested food won't be removed. Okay, so in the cases where the person has the low functionality of kidney, or they are advised not to take the protein food. Okay. Okay, this is all about like how is urea produced and how does it act. Okay, let's move